So, hello, hello. It's Ms. Hockman and Mr. Williams, and we are going to do some work and some business mechanics tonight. And usually I go live in my BeClub Facebook group on Tuesdays talking business mechanics, but I decided to share the wealth, Ray. Share the wealth.
Feeling generous, huh?
I'm feeling generous. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. My entertainment center arrived today, which means now there's things that have to be put together again. Oh joy.
Oh God.
Oh, not again. But when it gets put together, now I just need night tables. Hi, Dr. Lisa. Night tables. And like maybe another piece of furniture in my bedroom. And a kitchen table. I don't have a kitchen table yet, which is annoying me because I don't really like eating on the couch, and I've been eating on the couch. So I need a table.
I'm funny that way too.
But the idea of putting together more than one thing at a time is overwhelming. So one thing at a time. And I feel like if I set up my living room, yes, we really are going to do business.
You're funny. I put it together, but it's overwhelming to you.
I helped put it together. Hola, Ferdinand.
That's true too. We both put it together.
Ferdinand, tengo que ir a Naples en los primeros días de abril. Hi, Danny. Y estoy pensando en ir a Miami, porque si estoy en Naples, solamente es como 2 horas. How far is Miami? I asked Ray. How far is Naples from Miami across, what do they call it? Alligator Alley. Hello, Ginny.
Hello. Ginny. Hola.
Ginny, hola. Well, Fernand's here, and it's like my oportunidad de hablar español. Plus, I was just watching a Spanish language training. So I'm flipping back and forth. It's like my dual personality. You ever feel like you were somebody else in your? I always said I was a Southern belle and I was a Latina in past lives, and now I live in the South and I speak Spanish a lot of the day. So I don't know.
You'd be fun to do a past life regression on.
I don't know. Maybe I lived in. I don't know what I did. I don't know.
Ray, do you do those? Does Ray do those?
I've done them. I've done a lot of them.
Regressions.
Yeah, I've in past lives. I don't, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to steal from Ms. Hockman here, but
no, we got things to talk about. But
yeah.
I've done them, but it's people have a tendency to go a little, depending upon the client, they get a little carried away with the whole thing, and all of a sudden everybody's the Red Baron or Cleopatra, So
everybody thinks they were royalty,
right? No one's the garbage man. No one's the maid.
Nobody is the dog or whatever.
Yeah, so it's.
Oh my God.
I've actually done some good out of them, but I'm real. I don't do them the way I used to. You two girls, if you want one, let me know. For you, I'll do them.
So let me tell you guys what I'm doing tonight, what I'm up to tonight, and then I might go for a little while because I got a bunch of stuff to do, and I thought I'd do it with you guys. But let me show you something. I love when they do these, and no, I don't want settings. Settings is not the right thing. That's not what I want. I want present.
Oh, I'm in the wrong group.
Which one is it on? It's on, no, Facebook, I think. Yeah. So it's been a while since I've been participating or competing in an affiliate contest. And so they just put this one out, and I don't know the reference. I think I might have liked to be one of these princess ladies instead of the big dragon, but I'm in the lead. Does anybody know what this is? Super Mario something? Is it? Oh yeah, there's Super Mario's. There's the Mario's. And I'm like a dragon. I don't know if that's good or bad. The dragon lady. They were right about me. They were right about me.
Dragon lady, yeah.
They always thought they were super fun. And I've been teaching some strategies surrounding this launch for people that are participating in it. If you guys aren't familiar with digital mentors, ask us about it. We could actually get you inside for 14 days for free now. And then I'm also working on something for multi-level, a whole bunch of us participate in, and I got a lot going on. So I got a lot to do tonight because I came up with a brilliant idea, because that's what I do. Like I sit here and brag about myself. Bob the Magic Dragon, that's me. I don't know why Roy calls me Bob, but that is my name apparently. And it's better than a lot of other names he could call me. So, Fernan, the Truby account, I'll message you after. I'm doing a cool thing and then I'm figuring out how to do it for everybody. And obviously if you guys are already involved in our multi-level program, we'd love to have you place an order today because it's the end of the month. Tonight is end of month, right? And I'm here even though I have other stuff I'll be working till 2:00 in the morning tonight, because that's what I do. I work really hard. Lisa says she thinks I'm going to win the 10K. Lisa, from your words to God's ears into my pocketbook, I would enjoy that. It's been a little while to do it. But we got 2 whole weeks. Any of you guys could win that 10K package. I know I'm kind of rambling around and some of you guys may not be familiar. Ferdinand, did you tell me how far it is from 3 hours? Okay, 3 hours. My Florida expert says 3. Yeah, but it was you and your friend, and you know what you were doing. So, in any case, you were going fast. You were going fast.
Yes,
I drove it once before because I was going to a Higdon event, and I drove from Fort Lauderdale right across, and I wanted to say it was 3. So let me settle down because I'm rambling, Jenny. I'm rambling.
That's right. Sometimes the best stuff comes out when you ramble.
Trust me. I spent 4 hours on the phone with my old mentor the other day. And in between the crazy stuff, there was a couple of really good things in there. So
I bet.
There were. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going over to, there's so much going on. For any of you guys that are familiar with My Lead System Pro, which I've been with for many years, they have retired that brand and turned over a new leaf into digital mentors. And I have to tell you, and it's a new vibe. And actually, we had a meeting today that has truly convinced me it is 100% a new vibe. I was in a meeting about the focus and different things. And they're truly focused on the membership, on the software, on training. Ginny, you're going to like it because we're going to get into some real marketing, because they were kind of taking it down to kind of a lower level because we were trying to cater to newbies. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not to say that we wouldn't assist and help a newbie.
Right.
Ferdinand just says, Ray is right. I drove it once drunk and it took longer than necessary. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll see you in April, Ferdinand. I might run across. We'll see. We'll see. I was just looking for places to stay on the west coast of Florida, but I think everything got so wiped out during that hurricane. There's not a lot of choices. And I wanted to go to the beach, like be on the beach, and I'm not finding anything that looks good. So I may have to go east. So in any case, they've changed their brand and their focus. And for me, a marketer girl, even though I come from the home business space and the network marketing space and have been in it for 24 years, to me, this marketing stuff is really turning me on. And believe it or not, I'm back to learning and doing and creating, and it feels really good. I had a lot of people message me today saying it was good to hear me back at it. They were thrilled to see me back in their feed. And even though, and I shouldn't say it, the book has me penalized right now, and they're saying that they're not showing my stuff to people. Apparently they are, because I've gotten just today a flood of messages and connections. So really good. So they have new software which allows me to do things that I could never do before. Because if I created something, then what I was going to have to do is help you recreate it in your tools. And I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the energy to do that. But now I can create something, or Ginny can create something, and we can give you a code and you can replicate what we created. So if we create a funnel or a product or a checkout cart or anything, we can give you a code that allows you to duplicate or replicate what we did. Now, what that does is it opens up a new world of possibilities. And that's when we started BeClub, because we knew this was coming down the pike. I didn't know they were going to change the brand. I knew that they were going to change the software, and the software gave me new capacity to share some of the things I do with folks. So the first thing I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to go, and I can show you guys. Let me just log in. I don't mind showing you. I don't have a problem showing you. Let's see. Except StreamYard is different than Zoom, but I like StreamYard because I could talk to lots more people. Just Jack, where the heck have you been? I haven't seen you in like 1,000 years, and I miss you, darling. I miss you. And I just moved, so I've been like a little crazy, but sooner or later we'll have to connect. One of my favoriteest peoples. And Herb, I see you everywhere lately. I see you everywhere. It's good to see you on here. Okay. So let's show you guys what I'm going to do. What do you guys know about the term barrier of entry? Barrier of entry. Ever hear that term?
I have.
Heard it.
You know what it means? And I'm not trying to make it be like I'm a smarty pants and you're not or anything. I'm just asking. You've heard the term.
Like,
are you familiar with what it means?
Like there's a high cost or something to get.
Right. It is the cost for somebody to get involved in something. And there's a lot of people, by the way, you see a whole bunch of zeros because I just started creating this stuff. So some of you guys might be looking and going, she's all this stuff and she's talking all this stuff. It's new, guys, it's new. Okay, it's new. The barrier of entry is what it costs somebody to get involved. Okay. And a lot of people are talking about high ticket and beating their chest about high ticket. And other people are talking about low ticket. And everybody has a theory about what's the best business model. Okay. And the truth is there's a lot of best business models. It really depends on you, your consciousness, your comfort level in asking for money, or whether you need more of a system that does it for you, etc. And my whole career, I have always liked a low barrier to entry, because most people are in a rush to get money, got to get their money, There's a whole school of marketing that they talked about. Well, actually, let me turn off the screen share for a minute. There's a whole school of marketing called GPT. Get paid today. You got to get their money as fast as you can. Get it off them before they disappear, right? Get them, sell them big ticket, get them quick. I believe in nurturing people, developing people, keeping people over time. And the reason why is not just because I'm an altruistic angel trying to save the world and help everyone. Hi, Holly. That's not it. Okay, as much as I love all of you, it's because there's more money in the long term than the short term. There's more money in the long term than the short term. And the story that I always tell about that, where's my calculator? Okay. What year was it? 7 years ago. So 7 times 12.
84.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Many moons ago, I think it was more than 7 years ago now, we had the opportunity at an event, and Ginny, you've heard this story. Mm-hmm. Okay, Roy, you're right at the, I guess it depends on the way you read his comment. Right at the line. What
you're at the barrier, Roy, at the barrier.
Stay 3 feet from the barrier. Okay, stay 3 feet from the
Back up, Roy. Back it up.
No double entendre. We were at an event, and I was a speaker, and there was a bunch of us, and the people who were running the event gave us the opportunity to sell something from the stage because they wanted to monetize the event. And almost everybody offered a $300 product, $297. They make $150 on it, right? So almost everybody did that, and probably the most sales maybe was like 40, right? So if you make $150 times 40, okay, I probably could figure this out. Whoops. Like $6,000, $6,000, right? And that's a good take for the weekend. You know, you're like going down, speaking at events, socializing. They've paid for your hotel. They paid for your, you know, your beer and chips or whatever. So it's a good deal. You go home $6,000. It's very nice. I said I wanted to start a $25 mastermind, and because and I wanted to run it every month. And so I made $12.50 on anybody who bought it at the event, right? And there was like literally I sold it to about 14 people at the event, right? So I made like $200 maybe, right? Everybody else made $6,000. I made $200. That same mastermind has been running for almost 8 years now, right? So let's do 8 times 12, right? And raise a mathematician over there, right? 96, right? Times, so it's 700. That's not right. 8 times 12. Wait, let me back this up. 96. 96 times. Oh, okay, I got it. I'm leaving out a number. 96 times.
Lost me.
I've made close to $100,000 from that pitch that day. Because what I knew is when I went home, I could resell it and I could get the company on board with selling it because they had a stake in it. Because when it was sold through the system, see, everybody else was selling to the audience in the room. I decided to sell to the whole company. And when I did that, I knew that it was going to be slow money. But let me ask you, what's better, 6,000 or 100,000? Which is better? Now, it took time to get it, right? And yes.
Quick point.
Yes.
Sometimes your brilliance just, well, with soulmates, I tell the world. The dots in the road, you go those dots. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They're called bots dots. Meant by name bot. Years ago, he was making 2 cents a dot. Very, very, very wealthy man. So I just want to.
Well, it's like any musician or an actor, they get royalties. And that's the way I think. I think about royalties. In fact, it's interesting, in the MLM that I started in, they called it royalty income. They called it royalty income when you got to the deeper levels. They called it royalty income. So I always, and I think they did that to make us equate ourselves with stars. You know, Elton John, his royalty income, you know, imagine what that guy makes in royalties, right? So when I look at a project, it's easy to look at the barrier of entry and say, well, like I could easily and have, right? Jenny sold things for $10,000, right? Sold $10,000.
Absolutely.
Right? Jenny's one of the suckers that bought it. You sucker, you. Okay.
I buy everything.
You know, I could easily do it and people would pay me. And I like to do it now and again. When I'm in the mood, I take a client, my Mentor for Life program. I haven't done it in a while. It's been a while, huh, Jen? It's been a while. So every once in a while, I get the urge to lay my hands on somebody. So I do it. But when I look at things, I look at the long-term value. I want you guys in the chat right now, and people are watching different places, write in there approximately how long you've known me. Write in there approximately how. Jenny, how long have you known me?
Oh my gosh.
Remember when you first came across my crazy ass?
Oh, I bet I could find the email.
You probably could, but it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Ray, how long you known me?
I just wrote it in the chat.
You wrote in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. It says Facebook user. So because you're in here, so it doesn't, I can't tell.
Many previous lives.
Yeah. So Leanne says a long time, 17 years. Jason Nagel, you got to be the winner.
Yeah.
So who's Say Knox? Who is that? Who is that? They said they 7-8 years. Who is it? Do I know you? Do I know you? Are you one of my besties? Lisa. So you guys have known me for a long time. How many of you have bought something from me?
I did.
Buffalo is, I only know one person in Buffalo, I think. I don't know. Now it's a mystery. Okay. So everybody's putting a ton. Okay. Not personally. Well, then you're not my bestie. You didn't buy anything from me. Come on now. Anyway, I have made a remarkable amount of money through patience. Okay. Patience. And when I look at mechanisms, a lot of people will look at what I'm doing and they will sit and they'll go, really? And they go off to the shiniest thing. And the same thing when I select programs. A lot of people will run off and join the next hottest thing, the next hottest thing. I've had a whole bunch of people tell me about a new MLM. And I think it's hysterical when they tell me the origin story of the new MLM, and it's like all the other companies failed, so we all came together and started a new one. I'm like, wow, that makes me really want to stop.
Right.
It's like, Robin, I'm going to see you soon. I have no doubt.
Oh.
So, Robin, which town do you live in again? Tell me again. I know. But you're nearby. So, and I sit there and it's like, I'll never understand it. We all failed and everything fell apart. We all got together. It's like, I mean, when you step back, I'm not knocking anybody and I'm not mocking. Actually, I am, but I'm not, not in a nasty way. It's just funny when you sit back and look at it. So I look at how can I get people into my Lacombe. That's right, Lacombe. Because I have another person who is in Mississippi in Bay St. Louis? Somewhere, it's nearby. Bay St. something, it's nearby. It's like a half an hour away. Yeah, I know you're close and they're close, and we're gonna have a party, a girls' party. And then there's another gal who originally taught me about Mardi Gras. She was one of my old students. Oh gosh, when I ran seminars many years ago, and she reached out to me because she's only a half an hour away. So I have good friends down here. I'm excited. So I look at things and I go, I'm okay. Oh, you do have a house in Bay St. Louis. That's what I want to ask you about, Robin, because it looks like it's like a cutie patootie town. And it has like little bars and clubs and shops. Ray, I was thinking about when you came to visit to go to this place.
Okay.
It looks cute. I can't tell. So you tell me about it, Robin. Maybe it is the cool place to go. So I'm not worried about the barrier of entry. And by the way, I'm going to show you what I'm up to. Because if I can get people into my environment and I can get them excited and I can get them some things happening. Is it on is it on the Gulf? Like, can you go to the beach there? I'm sorry. I'm doing my own personal business. I want to find a place to go to the beach. So I love the ocean.
I know you love the beach.
I love it. Here we have the lake and we have all the canal. Very pretty, beautiful sunset tonight. If I can get somebody in the door and I can get them in my environment, there's a good chance they'll stick with me long enough that we can make some progress and do some fun things. And everybody comes and goes and I expect it, but I'm never really too worried about getting somebody's money fast, which is, oh, I'd love to do that, Robin. We'll make plans. See, I already have friends down here, Ginny. See?
I know. I knew you would.
In Connecticut. I had no friends in Connecticut. I had nobody to go have a glass of wine with or go out with. I was like living in the middle of nowhere by myself. Occasionally Mr. Williams would come visit me when I was dying and stuff like that. It was very convenient. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing right now. You guys understand that? Barrier of entry. And so if you're not somebody that can stick with something for a period of time, you probably want to have a higher barrier of entry because you're worried about making money faster. But if you're somebody that knows you're like me, like a rock, like I haven't moved in 20 plus years, I haven't moved. Like people will find me and they're like, oh my God, you're still there and you're still this. And I'm like a rock. So I know I'm not going to move. And I know the value of every relationship. It's powerful. I understand the value of the relationships. A lot of people, it's just they're churning, they're trying to just get like tonight, it's the last night of the month. And everybody, who's in a network marketing company is trying to get, See, I could just send an email out. How many people did I sign up in the last 24 hours? Lot.
How many? Tell us.
I didn't count, truthfully. How many people did I sign up in the last 24 hours? Ridiculous amount. Why am I the dragon or whatever in that graphic, the person who's leading in a contest? Guess what? I think about leverage and I think about the long term. So what's really cool, I tell you what's really cool, really, really cool,
What's really cool?
is several of the programs that I work with, oops, wrong place, have a $0 barrier of entry. Now, how cool is that? A $0 barrier of entry. And that means I can get somebody into the environment. I can get them into the system. I can put them into my follow-up mechanisms, and I can build a relationship with them until they feel good about making their purchase. Okay. And some people may never feel good about making their purchase. But if somebody does something of their own volition, do we believe that there's a good possibility that they'll stick longer, they'll stay longer, they'll do better?
For sure.
For sure. So I'm going to change my links on this. See this link list right here? This link list? We can give you a code. We can give you a code and you can copy it. And then you just put in your own links and change your picture would actually automatically show up. You can change your words. We can give you a code and just automatically copy it. These are some of the revenue streams that we use. Now, could you add buttons on here? Yeah, sure you could. You can link to your social media stuff. So when somebody asks me for the link to whatever I'm babbling about, I have one link that I can send them that has the sign-up links for the different things that we're involved with. It's really cool and it's really convenient. Now, by the way, I would not, because a lot of you guys are going, well, that's a link tree and I use it on my TikTok. I wouldn't use this link tree on my TikTok because it's specifically designed for people that have heard a presentation about our 360 marketing method and the revenue streams we're using. It's not designed for a stranger. But here's what's cool. I can make another one of these in about, Ginny, how long does it take to make one of these?
Not long.
Not long at
10
all.
minutes? 10 minutes.
If even, okay?
If even.
And if you have code, it's even less, right? So, what's Diane talking about?
Oh, well, yeah, I was thinking if I put different links in and made it different. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I can do one in 4 minutes.
She literally timed herself. So I just changed the lead generation system, which I might change than what I call it here. I just changed it to the $0 membership, the $0 14 days, check out the software, $0 barrier of entry. Now, everybody's like, well, why would you do that? Because you could sell them on one of the other things, or get them on a 10-day trial. You can get them on this, you can get them on that. Or you're Diane Hockman, why don't you get them on the big membership, right? So you make some money up front. The reason why is because if I get them signed up, I get all their contact information. As far as I'm concerned, they're a pre-enrolled lead, right? I have all their contact information, which means I could put them into my email follow-up, my text follow-up, my postcard follow-up, my voice messaging follow-up. So I'm getting their contact information. I'm already getting them to agree with me, right? To agree with me by joining the program. They haven't put out any money yet. Okay, I'm going to change this one because I had it in there before. I had that they had to buy something, and I'm going to change it so that I can sign them up. This is health and wellness program. By the way, I'm 2 sizes down. Pretty excited about that.
Cool.
Ginny, I'm doing so good.
Oh, and the mental stuff is awesome. I'm just saying.
Like
Ray knows that.
The mental
stuff's the bomb.
You know, it's funny. I think our group is responsible for most of the mental essential sales because everybody else is running after, where is it? Everybody else is so busy running after
Weight loss.
selling the weight loss, and we're focusing a lot on our discomfort product, which helps aches and stuff, because a lot of us are more mature. And we're focusing on the mental essentials product because that really helps with brain fog, memory. It actually can also help with mood.
Mhm.
People, if you have you kind of waver around a little bit. So it's interesting because, again, I'm looking for if somebody finds something that helps their discomfort, I'm not allowed to say the P word. Okay, not going to say it. Hey, look what I'm doing. I'm hitting save. Let me turn
Woohoo!
caught me so well. If somebody finds something that helps their discomfort, the P word, starts with P, ends with an N, right? If somebody finds something that helps their discomfort, what are the chances are that they're going to stop using it? But if somebody loses weight and then they're done losing weight, what are the chances they're going to stop using it? Not losing weight, but you stop using the product. Or it's Christmas, or it's the holidays, or they just get caught up and they go, screw it. And then they stop buying. But if somebody has something that helps them with clarity, they're not going to stop buying. If somebody has something that helps with their shoulder, their tendonitis, their achy knee, Parmesan,
Or their energy.
That's right, Jason. Parmesan.
That's the whole reason why I keep taking them, because of the energy.
Yeah. So, well, if somebody finds something that gives them energy, the same thing, they'll take it.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to think about that, right? Same thing. Why do I love selling autoresponders and business tools? Because if somebody builds funnels, what are the chances that they're going to cancel the software? No. If somebody builds a list, even if they only have 72 leads in there and they haven't talked to them in 6 years, they'll never cancel. I'll make my $6 a month every single month. So I like selling things that a person has an attachment to, that they would really have to negotiate with themselves to cancel. See, an auto ship is a dime a dozen. There's so many different things out there. But when people have an attachment to something, or people are part of a group that's helping them and they're having success, they're much more likely to stick around. So what I just did was I changed my 2 links on my link list. And again, we can give you the dealio so that you can have a link like one of these 2. And where is it? And so now it costs $0 to join the lead generation system, which also lets you build info products and everything else. Okay. But we're selling it because we're showing people this is when we create pages, this is where you get them. We give you a code, you got to have the software. It's $0 to get into the residual income program. You get promotional links. You can start making money right away, whether you've ordered or not. Of course, I want people to use the products. Of course, I want them on. But if I can get somebody to pop a commission first and then they order, if it makes them feel better, I'm not against that. You can join the email program for $0. You can join the texting program for $5. And the only one that I can't get you in like for nothing, and I still think that they have a trial account, and I'll look, this is like $50 a month for unlimited postcards, which later on become very valuable, as you guys will see. So it cost a grand total of $55 to get started working with us in the BeClub. And you then get access to learning from us and hanging around and all that good stuff. Last night, Ray and Ginny did an incredible mind call, which I did listen to after I finished my class that I had to do. So I just finished my links, which I needed to do because people are asking me about them. So now I'm equipped to handle the people that are messaging me. And by the way, depending on who invited you to see this or who invited you, if you're watching this in the BeClub group, you have somebody who invited you. If you don't remember, we can look and see who it is. They can give you their information. If you're watching this out on one of my platforms, just ask me for this link. Okay. Don't try to use that thing. Okay. Because that's like you're trying to write it down. Don't do that. I have a shortcut to it. So now that I've done that, because that was the first thing I had to do, now I'm going to go and I'm going to start taking, and I can't share my screen while I do this, but I'm going to start taking all the people that signed up for the residual program for free and I'm going to start putting them into the follow-up system. Now, right now it's manual. I haven't come up with a, a way to zap them in or whatever, but I don't mind it being manual because first of all, most people are not signing up 1 million people in a minute. Okay. So you actually going through and seeing who they are, it gives me a chance to reach out to them and a chance to put them in the system. And I'm also seeing like where they live, et cetera, et cetera. So you guys ever notice that like I tend to know a lot about you guys?
Yeah.
Anybody ever notice that? I tend to know, like, Jenny, you've seen that, right? I know everybody, right?
Yes.
And it's funny because Robin told me where she lived and I was like, I could have sworn you lived over there. But then she told me she has a house by the beach. Most of you guys, when I look across this crowd, I know where you are. I know stuff about you, or I know the name of your baby goat or, stuff, because I like getting to know people and people like getting to know me. And that kind of glues us together. They'll come and they'll go, then they'll join things and they'll leave and they'll get distracted. And I'm never one to jump up and down and try to distract them. There's Angela's on the graphic too. Let me
She
see.
is. I saw her.
Hang on. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? See, and Angela is another marketer that doesn't jump up and down and doesn't scream. She's very smart. I'll say good things about her. Everybody's going to go join Angela. Leave me. Okay, what are you?
I know. Look at it.
Flying.
He's in there.
I think
Right
she's
there.
a cartoon of or something too. She's like a flying. Angela, do you know what this is from? It's Super Mario.
Yeah.
But I don't. Who knows Super Mario? I don't know Super Mario to know. I would have liked to be the princess, and Leah got to be the princess, and Lisa's got like a scepter, and Lindsay's got a scepter. I don't even have a freaking tiara. I have orange hair. I don't know. It seems wrong. No, I'm kidding.
I think you're Yoshi. Is that Yoshi?
Is Yoshi good or bad?
Or no, Yoshi is the turtle. So
Oh.
that's not you.
Wait.
I don't know. I'd have to ask my daughter. She would know for sure.
I need to know what I am.
Yoshi is the dragon.
Greg is right.
Says.
Greg said it.
Yoshi
the
I
dragon.
was right.
Di,
Okay.
you're the dragon lady.
Dragon lady.
You're the dragon lady.
I want to be Princess Peach. Wait a minute. Okay, wait.
Oh, you know why I thought it was a turtle just because he's green.
Dinosaur. I'm a dinosaur, not a dragon. Yoshi looks friendly though.
Oh, Kathy thinks maybe you're Bowser.
Bowser?
Is that the bad guy?
Oh no, I might be.
Oh yeah, look at the red hair.
I'm Bowser. Bowser or King Koopa is a fictional character, the main antagonist. I'm the main. See, Ray, I'm evil.
Bad girl.
Evil child.
Wait, who's Angela now? I'm not back at the graphic. I don't know. I'll have to learn about Super Mario. I don't know about this business. I know.
All I know is my daughter would kick me off because I was always getting.
Yeah, but I'm not Yoshi. I'm the other one. What is it called again? I don't know.
Dragon
Bowser.
lady.
Dragon
Bowser.
lady. I always tell him. I said everybody.
No, you've said it how many times? I'm dragon lady.
Lady nails and dragon. Dragon lady. I'm the nicest dragon lady you're ever going to meet. Okay. Yeah. I'm having fun. Okay.
I love it.
I'm going to take people. I said, hey, do you want to join our deal for free? I'm going to do something really special. It's going to be really fun. Do you want to? And how easy did I make it for people to say yes?
Easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I were new on your list, I would have said yes. I would have said, oh, I'm in.
You would have said,
yeah, right?
Anything you're doing, I'm doing. Now, I haven't asked them for any money. If I turn around and ask them for $100, they might go, oh no. And they might. I don't know.
But then again, I'm me. I probably would have bought it no matter what it cost.
Oh, she froze. Oh.
She did. And she's all blurry.
Come on, Di, don't freeze up. Come on.
Oh, there is a Bowser on Shanana. I remember Bowser.
He died, Roy. He died about 4 years ago, I think. Lenny.
Yeah.
No, not Lenny. No.
Well,
No, Bowser's still alive. Lenny died. Bowser's alive.
Bowser Bowman, maybe? Or something like that. Oh, that just 1970. I was only 7 years old when it came out. But I do
You guys
remember
feel old.
Bowser. I remember Bowser though. I'm snooping now. I'm like, where is he?
You
I want to
too?
see a picture.
3, 5. Wow. I'm getting old, hon. Bowser from Sean and I is 75.
Wow.
Yeah, Greg, Sean and I. Where'd she go?
I don't know. Wow, that's just like I forgot about Shanana. That's crazy.
Here comes the founder.
Oh
There
no,
she is.
this one is really, really good. Remember the other day when I told you I have the power strip and it's by my feet? I got all
Oh
excited
no.
about dragons and dinosaurs that I hit the button on the power strip. So we'll be moving that after this thing. So I just shut the whole gosh darn thing down.
You got back quick.
Huh?
You got back
I
quick.
did. This is not an internet problem. It's my foot problem. Welcome to my world, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I had a lot of people tell me they're interested, right? And I'm looking for the magic sequence. And sometimes I see it in my head and it's coming to fruition. And then people get really impatient because why isn't it ready yet? Why isn't it this yet? Because I'm literally envisioning it. I'm literally, and I said to Angel Fletcher, who's my sponsor today, I just got this idea. She goes, what were you doing last night? You brought in all these people. And then today I brought in a bunch of people and I said, I have an idea. And I told her, and she was like, oh my God, that's an incredible idea. So I am willing to wait. I'm always looking for the people that are going my way, the people that trust me, the people that want to hang out with me, the people that want to learn from me, the people that just want to, like, they're willing to buy some products every month so they can hang out with me while I get the whole system going down the road. I'm always looking for those people. And if you're that person, like, people come and go, so they're funny, like people are, oh, I want to be a leader. And then they never show up to anything. Okay, I guess you didn't want to be. Oh, I want to watch how you put this stuff together. And then they don't show up. So I am now going to take these folks and I'm going to put them into a mechanism that starts doing the follow-up. And people like might be watching this going, oh, I signed up for that. And now you're going to bug me. No, I'm going to actually show you how to make money on me. And you'll see. You will see. If you're patient. If you're not, you'll come later when the system's like moving like crazy, and then you'll be like, oh, I have never done anything in the multi-level space without a machine. Okay, but sometimes I have to look and find the sweet spot. Because every company, oh, look, somebody else just signed up. Every company has that sweet spot. They either have the front product that is super consumable and people really want, or they have the mechanism where you can make a good pop on the front end so somebody gets excited. Every company, every deal has a window, or Ginny, a hidden order. Order that you can line things up so that, what do I always say? My favorite kind of offer is like it's a hot metal slide in New York City on a hot summer day, and you put grease on it, you put a naked butter baby on the top of the slide and watch them fly down. And Greg's here, so he knows what I'm talking about. And Greg's old enough to know because we grew up in Brooklyn before they had padded playgrounds. Everything was metal in New York City. You were going to have fun or you were going to die. There was nothing else. Okay, Ray, you know what I'm talking about. You probably saw them in Bayside. You go down, it was the metal jungle.
I was on them. You kidding? I played on them.
Yeah, and like I said, you're going to have a lot of fun or you're going to die. And then I remember late 70s in Prospect Park in Brooklyn, they had the first playground that wasn't cemented. It either had wood chips, which I think became full of termites or something, or it might have had those pads. You know how they all have these like safety pads so the children don't hurt themselves? And in New York, that's how it works, right? Yeah, it was I remember they had sprinklers in the parks, the local park. And I'd always beg my mother, we had a pool in our backyard. Even though I lived in Brooklyn, I lived in a single family home with a pool and a garden. And all I wanted was to go in the sprinklers. And my mother knew that there were like, syringes and nasty used items from people being intimate in the evenings and all kinds of things, to extrapolate from there, because that's what there was over there. And then I wanted to go in the sandbox, and she knew that every stray cat in the area had pooped in that thing. So my mother was mean, and she would never let me go into any of those things. And it makes me laugh. Like I said, you were either going to have a really good time or you were going to die. And you might have died from cracking your head open, and you might have died from some kind of nasty thing that you got that infected you in the sandbox. Doesn't matter. So anyway, PS 52 in the house, cement and blacktop all the way. I'm PS 179, babe. So loud and proud. Oh, Kensington 179. Your loyal sons stand firm in line to win the praise, to win the fame, to earn the honor of your name. Our colors true, the gold and blue. We wear in loyalty to you. Oh my God. I remember my school song. It was pretty good, right?
That's amazing.
I was the salutatory and not the valedictorian. You know why? Because I have breasts, and you couldn't let a girl do it. So anyway, I am off on a tangent. My links. It only took them an hour to fix my links. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually set up, because I've been procrastinating on this, but now I have to do it. P.S. And by the way, it's one of my best techniques, my ADHD marketing tips for success. Put your back against the wall. Like, commit to speaking on a podcast or something, even though you're petrified, because you're going to do it because you got to do it, right? Or commit to having a letter set written, or commit to whatever. That's every school song, Stephanie. That's how it works. What did you want it to be? Like, to rapper's delight? Is that a hip hop? A hit it? PS 179. Anyway, so now I've generated all of these people. I have a plan. It's very ready to go. Now I actually have to do the work to deploy it. Okay. I will tell you quite honestly, if I don't have a sense of urgency, you guys ever read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? You ever read that book?
Yep.
And he talks about that he makes like this cross, like box with lines in the middle, and he talks about the different quadrants. And you're supposed to work in the not urgent, important quadrant, because there's not important, not urgent. There's important, not urgent. There's urgent, not important, whatever, the 4 quadrants, right? And unfortunately, I wish I could stay in the important, not urgent, and be super efficient and all those things that they tell you to be. I also wish I could wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go for a 3-mile run and meditate for 2 hours and all this other stuff. I haven't gotten there yet. I might. You never know. And I'm joking, but I'm not joking, because I've changed a lot.
Good things take time.
Yeah, I've changed a lot. So, you never know what you're going to see out of me. But because of my challenge, I often have to put myself in the urgent, important box, which means I generated right now, Digital Mentors, we're selling software to create your own courses. We're selling a challenge to create your own courses. Have you ever heard somebody teach you, go out and sell the course and then create it? All the big dogs teach you that, right? Go out and see if there's a market for it. See if anybody buys it. And then once you have the sales, like you only have to have 1 unit of the course ready to go in order to sell it. You don't have to have created the whole thing, right? I love doing that, because I'll go and I'll sell something like All Access Pass, Jenny. That was, I'll sell All Access for the year. I have no plan. I don't really know what we're going to do, but it's going to be good. And then all of a sudden I had a group of people that had paid me to spend the year with me. So I spent the year with them. It was a profound and amazing year. So
that's how I had my first sales.
So I went out and I generated all of these people that raised their hand that said, I want to play. And now I'm going to create the mechanism that I should have created 2 months ago, but I couldn't get out of me. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I am in, and this will make you laugh, Jenny. I haven't, there it is, create new list. I haven't created a new list in so long because I reuse the old ones. I tend to reuse them.
Mhm.
I haven't created a list in so long that I had to go figure out where to do it. I know you can't see me. So Ray, I would like you to model while I'm typing.
He disappeared. I don't know where he went.
He did. Guys, talk to Jenny in the chat because I can't see you at the moment. Say nasty things about me behind my back.
Let's talk about her.
Do it. Do it. I double dog dare you. I do it. Do it. Let's see if they say anything. Maybe they're going to get bored now. This is the good stuff, though. It's really sweet, too.
I know.
I don't know my address. That's my problem. I don't. I have two of them, and I don't know either one of them. Welcome to my.
There he is.
There he is.
We're looking for Diane stories.
What's that?
We're looking for Diane stories
No,
while
no,
she's
except
making the list.
He had the model. I said, Ray, model while I'm typing this stuff that I can't show everybody.
He had the nicest shirt on yesterday.
He was wearing the black shirt. Black
Yeah.
shirt. Uh-huh.
I told her where I got her from, Jen. I told Di, yeah. My favorite, my power shirt.
Nice
my
shirt.
voice. My power shirt. Hey, Delroy.
Delroy is here. Nobody's got Diane stories to tell. Huh.
Nobody's got nothing on me? Nothing?
Come on.
You know what's really cool? I'm looking at my driver's license, and when I got it, they made me put down a weight, and I don't weigh that anymore. Okay.
Yes.
Really good.
That's cool.
It's really cool. I'm deciding who I want the letters to come from.
Wrote stories about pickles and cucumbers. We all have those stories, right?
Pickles are very important in my life. I have a container of them in my refrigerator. I have two kinds of pickles right now.
Herb
No
could make one up.
olives. I almost always have olives. I have very little pantry place. I live in a small place now, guys. I purposely moved to a small place, and I do not have much pantry room. So I do have some bacon bits, which are a very important part of my life. Otherwise, I got shake mix. I got product like MLM product. I got protein bars. I'm looking at my closet and my cabinet and thinking about what I have in there. Not that much. Not that much. Okay, I'll leave it as Diane. No, I don't want to. I want to see something to differentiate between this list and the regular list. I don't want to see something
The
cheesy.
Big Toe Chronicles.
You guys, there was the
Extra
bacon
big
and
toe.
cucumber. Depending on how far back you go, there was the bacon and cucumber wars, the Big Toe Chronicles. There was the Smelly Marker Society. There's been so many.
Cockroach marketing.
Yeah, well, that's still around.
And I remember something about Swiss cheese too. I don't, I don't remember what that was.
Oh, Swiss cheese and cottage cheese. I called Ray Higdon Swiss cheese at his very first event that he ever held. There were 50 people there, and I told him he was Swiss cheese and did this whole training on Swiss cheese and cottage cheese. I'll do that another night. What do I want this
Smelly
letter?
markers.
Smelly SMS Society, SMS, Smelly Marker Society. It's funny because the different crews that I've had, oh yeah, LMNOP, the webinars gone wild, that's right. The different crews I've had, we've all had different inside jokes. And then you could tell what class they're from, you know, like class of 85 or whatever. You could tell what class they're from by their inside jokes with me. So the cucumber bacon wars were a very important thing. So, okay. I'm going to just put, you know how I always give you guys the advice. If you're not sure, just put something, you can always edit it. So I'm just going to put something. All right. I'm just going to leave it as my name. I'll come back and do something else. After.
Smelly markers, not smelly marketers. Or was it smelly marketers?
There are a lot of marketer.
Oh, the birth of Daisy.
I don't know what that is. Oh, Daisy is somebody's pet. Yeah, I'm more into ham hock and bacon bits. Bert's. I had a goat named after me. His name was Ham Hock. Hockman, get it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if it's happening now. English. Vamos a hablar en inglés, pero es posible que podemos hablar en español.
Oh, I think she's talking about was it during reboot when you had to create a new profile?
Oh, that was Dandelion, not Daisy.
Yeah. Dandelion. Greg's got it.
Dandelion. That was Dandelion. I think I'll call you Dandelion.
I remember that.
Orange is a black reference. It's pretty funny. I would like to request a custom subject line. Okay, message preview. Edit message content. Okay, yes, button text. By the way, do you guys all have a phone number other than your own that you use for business?
Yes. I have a Google Voice number.
I'm talking to the multitude, Jenny. I know you do.
Well, I wanted to answer.
Does everybody else have one? Does everybody else? Do you guys all know about that? Because I have a business phone number, but as soon as you talk to me, you find out what my real phone number is. It's just that I like having the business one because it kind of separates up, and that way when I see the call,
Kathy, I have to look it up every time. Actually, I go log in, I copy and paste it because I always forget it.
You don't type it often enough because you're not asking people to call you. Okay, Jenny just said very important. If you're never asking people to call you or saying, "Hey, if you need me, text me at," you don't learn the phone number. By the way, I don't know Ray's phone number and I don't know your phone number. And the reason why is because I don't dial it often enough. I just hit the button that says Ray or I hit the button that says Ginny, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you used to know.
Same.
You need to know your number because, you know, it's one thing if you don't know somebody else's number, but you need to know your own number. I mean, if you want them to do business with you, I'm sorry, you just got caught. You got caught, girl. You got caught. Sorry. Okay.
I did.
Tracking numbers. Yeah. The other thing is, and what he just said, I think is smart. You can have phone numbers where you can track where the people are coming from. So one of
Oh
the reasons
yeah.
I like using the other phone number is because if a call or a text comes in on that line, it means they hit one of my websites, my letters, whatever. It's a
Mhm.
business call. So I'll ignore, like if I'm getting weird phone calls on my regular phone, I'll look at it later. But if I get something on that phone number, I'm generally going to go check the voicemail or see who it was, because it's very often a sale. So, and again, I will say to all of you, because the other night I was doing a class and I was just fascinated by the responses. Guys, we have to be open to do business. Okay. We have to expect that we're going to do business. I had an experience the other day. At home, well, in Connecticut, I always took my laundry and I had it done for me. It's the one thing I hate doing, and I would take it to the laundromat, they do the laundry. So I came here and there's a laundromat down the street, and it turns out it's much more expensive here. So I don't know that I'm getting my laundry done, right? You're going to have to come every other week to do my laundry for me because I don't want to do it. So I went in the laundromat side, and apparently there were 2 entrances. So I'm standing at the counter and I'm being completely ignored. And there's a woman that works back there, but I didn't know there were 2 entrances. So I'm trying to figure out, why is this woman ignoring me? She's back there and she's doing something, whatever she's doing, and she's not looking over, and she's not coming to help me. Why? Well, come to find out, I was in the wrong place and she didn't even realize I needed help or anything. Or she's not the person that helps with that. She doesn't run the laundromat, she runs this thing. And of course, me being like sheepish me, everybody thinks I'm so bold. I'm sheepish. I didn't go, excuse me, can you help me? I didn't. So I just went back in my car and I left, and I thought, well, I'll come back later. I don't know why, because I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken. You think I did that? Instead of saying, excuse me, am I in the right place or something? No, I left. I'm a chicken. So, and I think it's really important that you guys get that I'm a big chicken. That's why I'm such a good attraction marketer, because I'm afraid of all of you. I'm absolutely petrified of all of you, except for Jason Nagel. He's probably gone by now because he went to bed. But Jason's my man.
Di, quick interjection and make you feel a little better.
Wait, can I finish the story?
It pertains directly to your story. Otherwise,
Okay.
There's a truck stop not that long ago, standing there, and I wanted a Subway sandwich. Standing there. And finally I said, can I please have the foot-long tuna? And they said, no, this is Wendy's. And so I was,
counter. Oh, you were in the wrong counter.
Yeah, wrong counter.
So on the way home, I stopped back over there. It was the nicest lady on earth. I was just at the wrong
That's why I'm laughing. I know.
Right. So you did it too. So if you have a different phone number set up, you know what counter the person's at, because I will ignore unknown numbers on my cell phone. I will ignore them. If a caller ID doesn't come up and I don't expect a call, I will ignore it. I will let it go to voicemail. But that phone, I will generally answer, or at the very least, check the voicemail right away, because it's the right counter. So really important, really important. I do not, it's funny. I used to have my Google number forwarded. It will ring on my phone, but the voicemails are separate. So I don't know. It seemed to have changed, and I haven't looked into it. But like mostly, like Roy called me on my business phone number, and then I saw it was him, and I called him back on my real number. So scarily, he probably has my real phone number now, if he noticed. So it's kind of scary that he does, but he does. Okay, I'm back to my list. So now, what I'm doing is I'm creating, go back to here, what I call a 360 marketing method, okay? So I have, is there a whiteboard in here? Slides, share screen. No, it's not a whiteboard. Oh, you know what? No wonder why it's weird. Before, when I turned off the switch, I also turned off my lights. So I'm sitting here in the dark. I take a person who's a prospect. Hey, but I don't think of prospects like prospects. I think of prospects as people I might be working with long term. Okay. And I put them in the middle, and I give them follow-up from different angles, from different, like it's like a circle around them. so that I'm constantly following up, but they never feel like it's obnoxious. Pretty cool, right? You know, I'm getting more sophisticated now because I'm finally back to work and decided, okay, let me use all these tools that I have. But in the past, it was mostly just in the way because I would comment on their stuff on their walls, and I might send them a message with something I found that might be helpful to them. I might send them a text, you know, like peekaboo or how you doing or something like that. So I was always surrounding them, but I wasn't using all the official mechanisms that I should, but this has always been my concept. I always wanted to draw the person towards me as opposed to going after them or scaring them. So here's what's happening. Just to give you guys an idea, and then I won't keep going. Maybe I'll just talk with my private people. We've only been on an hour though. It's not too bad. The whole concept of the promotion that I'm doing right now is to help somebody get started for free and make a commission before they have to make a decision whether they want to be involved or seriously involved. I mean, they got to get a little involved to make the commission. That's the whole concept. But I want to be able to follow up over time because they could become a great long-term customer, or they could become a great builder, or they could just be somebody that I want to be in touch with because maybe later on they want something else. Because a lot of people I know are already in programs. They're not looking for a program today. But if they want to be in the system, that's fine. Some people are just curious, they're nosy. Write this down, even you two. You ready?
Ready.
If you lead, and Joe was just saying this to me the other day, but I've been doing this and teaching this for 20 years.
Hang on, I'm old. Hang on.
How old is he? He's really, really old.
I just put down my quill pen to look younger.
Well, you and I did have those desks at school that still were wood, that still had the.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
I did. They're great, man. PS 179.
PS 41.
Because I had the old creepy curmudgeon lady teacher that she was like 152 years old, and she liked the room with the old desks. Everybody else wanted the new desks that you can move around and make circles and squares with your students and whatever. No, she wanted the ones that were planted so she could terrorize you. She talk about looking old. She's like, dragon lady, whip you into shape.
Quill pen in hand, you were saying.
If you lead with your program, Jenny's typing because she's sophisticated. If you lead with your program,
smart little kid,
you give them the objection. If you lead with your program, you get, we did air raids too, Herb. We did them. We had to go in the hall and we had to get under the desks and the whole thing because the commies were coming. If you lead with your program, you give them.
Did you have our air raid drills?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. Oh, Jason's still here. Jason, I bet that nun beat the crap out of you and had a fun time doing it. I don't even want to talk about the brother, so we won't get into that. If you lead with your program, you give them the objection, okay? Right. People want to buy a system. They want to be involved in a system. They want to be involved in a mechanism. They don't want another program. They've been in a program, or they don't think a program will work for them.
Serious note, I don't know what you mean. If you lead with your program, you give them the objection.
Your MLM, your affiliate program, whatever it is. People want to know, how am I going to make it work?
Yeah. Okay.
And it's always cute when I listen to people, and this is no offense because some of you are here that have done this with me, even just recently. You ever meet somebody from an MLM and they're like, Well, it was founded by Mr. Jones, and Mr. Jones found this berry while he was stranded in the South Pacific during World War II. He stepped on the berry and realized it had healing properties. He took a couple berries back with him on the PT-109 boat back to the Army base, where it was analyzed by one of the doctors, and he realized that this had an ORAC value of 552, and he knew there was something to be done with it. They went back to the island, the unmarked island, and harvested the berries, and that was the birth of the Waki Waki juice. Okay, you ever hear somebody talk like that?
Yep.
Okay, it's the origin story of the company, right? And then they start talking about the leaders in the company. Well, John Smith got into the industry when he was just 14 years old. He was dyslexic and could barely read, but John had a desire to do more with his life. In 1992, he married his beautiful wife, and they live in Southern California, where they So what's happening is everybody's doing this spiel, the spiel. Boy, I'm making fun of everybody. Okay?
We've all done that. Admit it.
In 1980, a man named Mark Hughes came home one day, or actually a man named Mark Hughes came home one day and found his mother dead on the floor. She was just trying to lose some weight. She only had 30 pounds to lose. And that day he swore on his mother's grave that he would make sure that nobody ever had to die from just wanting to lose a little weight again. He traveled to China, which I later found out was a Chinese restaurant. No. Symposium. Firsthand. Symposium where he met Dr. or what's his name? And I know his name, I can see his face. Dr. So-and-so, and they put together the first jar of Formula One. He took it back in Ziploc, or I don't even know if they had Ziploc bags. He took it back in baggies to a group full of people, and they founded the company called Herbalife. Right? I can recite it. I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm just saying nobody cares.
Yeah.
Now, maybe in 1980, when people were telling that story and nobody had heard a story like that, it seemed interesting or exciting and it was good. But at this point, nobody cares because everybody's heard those stories and everybody's tried a program. What they're looking for is a mechanism that can help them be successful. They buy systems. They're looking for systems. They're not looking for products, although products are good. And people will convince themselves that the products grew them an extra big toe, and hence the Big Toe Chronicles. Because I always say, it helped me grow an extra big toe, right? Most of these companies, including ours, have great products. Great products. I have a product right now. It helps me really control my appetite. I feel great. I don't want to overeat. I don't have cravings. It's wonderful. Wonderful. I love the product. They have another product for hydration that's just really good. I love these products. I don't live and walk and breathe and die. Okay. Did his dead mother ever lose 30 pounds? Actually, Roy, she lost more than that.
God. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
yes.
I am broadcasting this in public, so this is not good. Okay. People are looking for mechanisms. They're not looking for your Waki Waki juice. They're not looking for your patented nutraceutical. They're not looking for the, the emollient cream that decreases fine line and wrinkles. And if you look at the biggest campaigns lately, there are people dancing and fun things. People are looking for mechanisms and vehicles. Okay, they're looking for vehicles. True or not true, guys? How many times have you tried something looking for a vehicle? So when I say I'm going to take my time to create a vehicle, it's because I have to tweak it and tweak it and tweak it and tweak it. And people either see that I see what's concocting in my head and they go, oh, damn, that's going to be big. I want to be here now. Or they wait till later, which is fine. But I just showed you at the beginning of the thing, I'm the #1 affiliate of the program. And it's funny because they closed the program and they opened a new program and I'm leading the field again. Okay. And there's no mistake. There's a science to it. Everybody else is trying to sell. I'm not. Ginny, did you see me trying to sell anything yet?
No.
See me breaking a sweat? Did you
Nope.
see me with after people? Have I messaged anybody? Have I tried to convince anybody?
Nope.
I think people are goofy if they don't look at this offer. It's a good offer. It's a good offer. But
I-
am I going to do that? No. I'll just attract them with, because what do people want? What I just tell you.
Mechanisms, something to
They
drive
want
with.
So people
Vehicle.
want to know, right? People want to know that there's a mechanism for me to do what the product is supposed to do for me, right? I want to create a course. Is anybody going to be around to give me a hand? Is there going to be any environment that I can count on? I want to market my course. Is anybody help show me how to sell it, right? Or the same thing, I want to lose weight. And I got products to help you lose weight, but are there any other systems? Is there any other mechanism? We have meal planning, meal prepping. We got everything under the sun. And in fact, it's fun because I'm on the meal prep deal right now, and it's great because tonight I said to Ray, I just got home. I only have a few minutes. Like, luckily, I have my meals already prepared, so I was able to just sit down and have a delicious meal, and come and do this thing. Right? I watched this cool Carl Jung video. Mind. I'm very into the mind stuff right now, Ray. I'm watching all this cool stuff. I'll share with you. Now this stuff that you all know, Ray, but it's just I'm really into it. So
Glad to hear it.
can I give you mechanisms? Because a diet pill's a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
A diet pill's a dime a dozen. A website builder's a dime a dozen. The magic is in you, and the magic is in the mechanism that you show them to use the diet pill or use the software. And so there's two things that you can do. I learned this a long time ago. One is put together a mechanism. But guess what? It's hard. It's hard. Or you can buddy up with the person who can put together the mechanism. Okay, for all these years, I made a lot of money. He's going, I'm smart. By hanging out with people that had different mechanisms, etc. Right?
Yeah.
And I just became the mouth promoting their mechanism. And now I finally said it's about time I create a mechanism. And that's what I'm doing. So I think I'm going to end the live because I really just want to sit and write a couple of letters because I have to get stuff out to these folks. I told them that their info would be coming on Thursday because tomorrow night is the webinar for digital mentors. They're actually going to be showing the new AI assistant and demonstrating it. And it is so cool. Norbert told us today that he created a whole sales funnel and 2 units of a course so far without writing a word on his own.
Wow. Is tomorrow night open to only premium members?
No, tomorrow night's open to the public. And
Yeah.
for those of you that are digital mentor members, you want to promote tomorrow night, you can earn up to $1,250 in commissions. And if you're not a member, we can give you a free link so you can be a member for tomorrow. You should look at the offer. Some of you guys might be interested in the offer. No, Ray, you can promote it. You can watch it. You got to watch this thing because it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your
Well, I
mind.
watched it today and I was impressed with what I saw.
You are.
Yeah.
I was generally.
It's really, really, really cool. I've been using some different things over the years to help me out. There's been some of this stuff around for a while, and then ChatGPT kind of like flashed and everybody heard about it. But this is integrated into the site builder. So imagine you're sitting there and like, what did I just do? Oh man, what do I want to use for the subject line? You hit a button. You answer 2 questions and it gives you 6 subject lines to choose from. See, you literally just watched me get stuck, right? When I was doing the secret work. And I said, all right, I tell you guys all the time, just put something, you can come back and fix it later so that you keep moving through the process. Well, what if you had a button that every time you get stuck, it could give you suggestions and help give you ideas or even write it for you?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Roy, you're afraid of bots? They're coming to get you. You will be assimilated. You will be assimilated.
Roy's going to have dreams tonight of dragon ladies and bots coming after him. Hey, Di, serious note. Go backwards to go forwards. Okay, I like what I love the way you put it about your ex and the Chinese going to China. All right, if you leave with your
my first company, The
Yeah.
Chinese symposium? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. The herbal symposium in China.
That's hysterical.
China.
Okay. Quick
um,
question. Okay. They buy systems mechanisms. Okay. And
uh-huh.
I got it. If you lead with the product, or lead with the program, you're going to you're giving them an objection. Okay. All right. What about mental essentials, for instance? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So are you saying don't lead with that, lead with a combination? What are you saying?
No, what I'm saying is that if
What do
you
you say, lady?
what you say, what you talking about, Willis?
What you talking
You
about?
put people in an environment. Okay, let's say I wanted to lead with the product,
Right.
right? I'd be much better off creating like a mental essentials diary, keep track of your mood and memory, like create some type of journal
Yeah.
that they use in addition to their mental essentials, so that that way they feel like they have some type of system to see their improvement. Or if I'm giving them, like I remember when we did Herbalife, everybody used to get a little pill box and a shaker cup. So you felt like you had tools, you had a system. This is how I carry my pills so I can take them all day. This is how I make my shakes so I can take them all day. You felt like you had a system, right? People who are interested in business, and I like to work with builders. I like to go, I want customers, obviously. Everybody has to have so many customers, but people that are interested in business want a mechanism, okay? And people that are interested in, actually, can I show you guys something?
Please.
Yeah.
Please do.
Well, you saw it because you were with me when I did it. And Ginny will help me make it look nice. Just working on this. It's working on this. This one. This one. It's not lined up right because I couldn't get it lined up right. I need Jenny for that. I'm 70 years old and I don't feel like it, and I intend to keep it that way. Aging is a weird thing. It affects us all differently, but if you take control, you can keep old age at bay. Hi, my name is Ray. Here I am on my 70th birthday. A while back, I started to feel like an old man at a young age, so I looked into how to stay young, even if the decades were going by. If you're at the point where you're forgetting stuff and can't seem to find the keys that are already in your pocket, you're in good health, but you're concerned about staying sharp, and you know that moving is the key to longevity, but your body complains when you do, stick with me. I have solutions for you. Give me your name and email, and I'll show you a few things that might just make a difference in your life. Yes, Ray, I want to stay young. Enter your email for info. And Ginny, again, it's not laid out right.
Yeah.
But the point is, what am I offering them? Give me your name and email, and I'll show you a few things that might make a difference in your life. So I'm offering them mechanisms to help them stay young. Included inside the stories and the mechanisms, of course, will be the products that I'd like to offer them. But I didn't make a page and put a picture. See, most network marketers, what they do is they put a picture of their products over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're not telling a story. They're not getting the prospect to relate to them. Guys, how many of you are looking for your glasses and they're on the top of your head? Anybody done that? How many of you are looking for your keys or your wallet? They're sitting right in front of you, or they're in your pocket, okay? And you're frantically hunting for them. You want to be active, but you have a bad knee or something, your back hurts and you can't move as much as you'd like to. This is like the song of the anybody who's 50 or older.
Hey, Roy, that was my birthday. That was a good photo. You should have seen me birthday night. I didn't look so good.
You didn't look so dapper.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Ray's birthday, Ray decided he wanted to have some mojitos. Some mojitos.
Here we go.
Some
Come on.
mojitos, because it was his birthday and he was the birthday boy. And so he had some mojitos.
I had several mojitos.
You weren't that bad. Trust me, you weren't that bad. You were happy, you were having fun, but you weren't bad at all.
I didn't get that bad till we sat at the bar, then not realizing that we were paying double for drinks.
Well, no, because we went to happy hour. I took him for his birthday, and we went to happy hour, and it was like $7 a drink. And then he wanted to go back to the hotel, and we're sitting in the lobby of the hotel, and we're in the Art Deco district, and he's making friends with the bartender who doesn't speak English, who's talking to me in Spanish. And we're having fun, and he's flirting with the Colombian lady at the restaurant. He's having a good time.
Who
And he's
wouldn't
not
hug me?
realizing every one of those drinks that he was ordering was $16. So 16 times 2 is $32 times a lot is a lot. And of course, it was his birthday, so I was taking him out. And finally, I'm like, that's it. There is no more. No more. It wasn't it. It was just like, I was like $400 in, and I love you, but not that much.
But it was my birthday.
And it was, but you were on the trip. And finally later, I said to him, you understand how much we spent tonight? He goes, no, the drinks were cheap. And I said, they were at happy hour. They were not after. And he was ordering doubles, and I'm like, so that was $32 per. And I'm like, I'm going to slap you. I could have gone down the street and bought you a jug of, I don't know, Hennessy or whatever you wanted. I could have gone down the street. I could have called Fernand. He could have had delivery service. So, but that was fun. That was fun. That's why I tell you, you have to go on a cruise, because cruise, everything's covered. You can have whatever you want. You can stumble back to your room. You're done. And by the way, I make it out like Ray doesn't drink very often, which is why when he does, it's extra festive.
Ray was extra.
It's like a little extra. I generally, he likes to just have that one more. So
it's always that one more to get you.
One more, but I'm slimming now. I'm not indulging. I'm slimming. So do you guys understand? And we'll wrap it up. The concept of having a mechanism to sell. We have the BeClub. You can come be in the BeClub. You can invite someone inside of the BeClub. See, I shouldn't teach it to you because I'm doing it to you, but I'm teaching it to you. Am I doing it to you, or am I teaching it to you? Which one am I doing? I'm doing both.
Pivot back a sec on the ad. The Letty show with my photo.
Yeah.
Okay. I get what you're doing there, but apply the word mechanism to that image there.
So if somebody gets inside of that system and they start reading letters and stories and getting exposed to those products, and somebody buys those products because they relate to you, and maybe on the second page we have Ginny, and Ginny goes, I'm 52 and I don't feel like it, and I intend to keep it that way. I live in the what do you call it? The UP or the
UP. Upper Peninsula.
And we're very sporty people up here. I love to go running. I love to go ice fishing, and I gotta keep it together to keep up with my husband. But I gotta say that sometimes after a long day on the ice, I'm achy. So I do. So let's say we have all these stories of all these different people in the letters, right? So Jason, shut up. He's cruising in 25 days. I need to go on a cruise. Message me later and tell me where you're going. Maybe I'll just come sleep in the middle, Jason. I'll just be knocking on your door at 6 a.m. Hey, you guys want to go out? I'm kidding. He goes on Carnival. I don't do that Carnival business. So the person then likes the product, and then you say to the person, you love the product. I'd love to show you how you can refer some people and get your product for free. And guess what? We can give you the exact same website that you use, but we can customize it with your story if you'd like. Oh, they can be the star of a website because all I have to do is put their picture in and change the headline. Because I give them a little code, and now that website is theirs, and I show them how to put their picture on, and I show them how to change the headline. I'm Johnny, and I'm 64, and I don't feel like it, and I intend to keep it that way. And then Johnny can go out and share that on social media or share it with his friends, and they're all like, oh my God, you have a website? How cool is that? I'm selling him a mechanism. And I also now have 2 or 3 revenue streams because Johnny's now buying product from the network marketing company. Johnny is using the website tool, and Johnny has gotten an autoresponder so he can use our custom letters. And Johnny may then go, well, I'm out of my friends and family and people I know. I'd really like to do some cool stuff. And I said, great, here's how you can get some leads and mail postcards. Now Johnny's on another revenue stream. Johnny feels really good because he has a system, he has a mechanism. He has a way to reach people outside of his warm market. And it's amazing if you can wrap your head around it. It's not complicated, right? Because Ray, what I just explained, Johnny buys goes through your funnel. Johnny goes, this is cool. Johnny buys some product. And then you say to Johnny, if you want to do this too, we'd love to have you, man. Why don't you come down to this Zoom where we're going over how it all works?
Hey, Hannah, are you recording tonight?
It's recorded, yeah. It's also on 72 places. Yeah.
That's in BeClub. I will put it under one of the guides.
No, just what you said in the last 3 minutes.
It's $1 million stuff, but nobody wants to hang out with me. I had 9 people on my mastermind the other night. I'm just going to mock everybody. It's the week of the launch where you can make $1,250 commissions. I got hundreds of members in the mastermind. I know we changed the time and stuff, and 9 people show up.
Me and Ginny had 7.
Well, you had 7. Well, I had 9, but one of them was Brian. So everybody's out trying to make money somewhere. In the meantime, I'm going to build an empire. I'm going to build an empire. It may take me a little bit, may take me 6 months, may take me a year to dial it all in, but I promise you, you know what? I didn't move to Louisiana for nothing. I didn't come to work with my brilliant, partner in crime angel for nothing. I'm not doing this for nothing. Over the last couple of years, I might have said I'm doing something and then I didn't do it because I was sick and depressed and miserable because I went through a divorce and I was having a hard time. But now that I picked myself up and I moved to Louisiana, you think I'm going to let my friend down? No. You think I'm going to run my mouth like this if I can't deliver? Nope. Why the mastermind is through digital mentors. It's called the Cutting Edge Club. You can ask me about that. And then the BeClub is where I hang out. I come out and go live most nights, or these guys come out, or somebody comes out. You'll be good. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I do not.
No crossing the line.
Anybody have any questions about what I've been talking about? Does it make sense? You guys
Let me repeat the last sentence you said. I love what you said. If you love the product, I'll show you how to get it for free. How did you put about getting the website? That was beautiful.
Why didn't you come to this call or watch this video? Because we'll have presentations and show you how you can do it.
Good, thanks.
Well, I mean, they can do it through the link from the company, like easily. But if they want to go online and, have a businessy thing, then you lied. I know you lied. So for those of you that you had surgery, oh no, Nicole, I'm sorry. I hope your boo-boo's getting better. The Cutting Edge Club is the mastermind that I do for digital mentors. That one I mentioned early on in this webinar or this live where I said I made $100,000 where everybody else made $6,000. That's the Cutting Edge Club.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe some of you guys actually want to make money. Maybe some of you guys just have nothing else to do, so you watch Zooms all day. And I'm being a snot, but I'm not, because the question is, when is it time for you to rise up? When is it time for you to get into an environment where you feel whole and human? I don't know if you guys are on my list. I wrote a letter 2 days ago, I think 3 days ago, and I equated the industry as New York City. When I was growing up as a kid, my mother used to teach me how to walk and how to talk and how to put your bag cross-body and how to stand on the subway and how to keep your eyes open and how to find another lady if you're on the subway or somewhere and there's any danger. You kind of scan your eyes and think about who's the person I'm going to buddy up with if there's an emergency. All these things that she taught me about how to handle myself that not only took me through living in New York City, but it took me around the world. Remember, I was an exchange student. I lived overseas. I've been around the world. I've been in Asia. And all of those skills that she gave me have made me equipped to handle myself. Well, this industry, there's people waiting to mug you on every corner. There's people waiting. There's people that don't think it's wrong to mug you. There's people who are really evil people. There's great people. And the question is, when are you going to make the decision to be where you want to be and to step up to the game? Yes, it replaced the deep abyss, Delroy, for digital mentors. It's funny, I didn't know digital mentors was coming and we were changing. And I wanted to end the deep abyss, and Brian talked me into doing something else. And I said, well, then I want to do the Cutting Edge Club because I want to talk about marketing. I want to talk about what's new and cutting edge up there. Little did I know that the whole company was moving in that direction. And Brian kept doing that thing he does. He does this thing when something's up. And I didn't know why. And the reason why is because we were thinking exactly the same.
That's crazy. I
So,
love it.
so I say to you, if you've been sitting here with me for an hour and a half or an hour and more than an hour and a half, what is it that you want? And by the way, my intention is never to distract you. If you're doing something that you love, go do it. Go do it with all your heart. Do it with some of the things I teach you. Go do it. But I really want you to think about, where am I going? What do I want? What's my revenue plan? Who's my teacher? Doesn't have to be me. I'm not saying it should be me. But I really want you to ask yourself, so you stop being pulled around by the ring in your nose. You know, come here, give me more money, do this, do that, do this. I don't want your money, I want your mind. I want to see you developing skills that you will possess for the rest of your life. I am a proud solopreneur. I am not a big dog that has all these employees and it's hiring more and I don't have office space. I don't want it. I wanted to be free. I figured out how to be free with a laptop and a phone, and when I'm home, I have a desktop. I can go anywhere in the world and make a living. I can partner with anybody and bring revenue to them and revenue to me in a win-win mechanism, right? I keep using that word, mechanism. I've learned skills that will last me until my dying day when I too, Roy, will lose more than 30 pounds. As I sit, the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, right? It's really weird here. Have you ever seen in New Orleans, the graves are above the ground because we're at sea level. And so you can't dig holes in the ground because they'll fill with water. So the cemeteries are completely on your EF hero, effing hero. Good. Now let's use it. Roy, you're like a smart New Jersey guy. You know what I'm talking about in New York, or you get on the train or you're in Newark Airport. You got to handle yourself. You can't be sitting there looking up at the buildings, go, look at the skies. You're going to get run over. You're going to get mugged. Or there's some guy trying to talk you into coming into some club where they're going to take you for everything you have. That's this industry. And I'm not afraid to say it. And people get mad at me. Now, on the flip side, in New York City, some of the best people on the face of the earth live. And you just look at stories from 9/11, how everybody helped one another and helped each other get home. Or I go back to my day, the blizzards or the blackout of 77, the whole neighborhood came together to help each other. Every mother on the block knew me. I could get away with nothing. Some of the best people, 3-card Monte, right? Every tourist gets taken. Some of the best people on the face of the earth. So the question is, have you figured out what's what? Because I'll tell you one thing. If you stand still in the middle of Times Square and you just stand there, because that's what people do in the industry, they just stand there, something's going to happen to you. You're either going to get knocked over, you're going to get swindled, you're going to get pickpocketed. You got to make a choice. You got to pick where you want to be and who you want to be with. Why do you think they stand outside of what's the stupid train station? I mean, not the train station, the bus station, Port Authority. Why do you think people sit there? Port Authority, the Port Authority, right? Why do you think the people that are looking to pick up the young kids and get them into trouble stand around there? Because they know that the young kids come into New York with stars in their eyes. They don't have any money. They bought bus tickets, right? They don't go to the first class Amtrak station. They don't go to the first class plane, the airport. They go down to the Port Authority and they're looking for that 16-year-old girl that just ran away from home. That's decided, because that's what we are. We're people that ran away from our jobs and decided we're going to do it on our own, damn it. And they get into a world of trouble. Maybe you've been down that road. Maybe you've been lucky enough not to go down that road. People are looking to brainwash you. People are looking to take advantage of you. And then there are people that are looking to help you, and there are safe havens, and there are places where you can make your way. And I'm sorry if I'm telling the truth, but it is the truth. Any industry that has a lot of money is going to attract all different elements. And somebody has to teach you how to manage yourself, because we're all taught if we just go out and tell people about our wacky juice that we're going to get rich. I thought if I told enough people about, just keep using, wearing, and talking, go out and talk to more people, just keep doing it. And I thought I was going to get rich telling people about diet pills. The only problem is the diet pills got outlawed by the government. And all of a sudden the diet pills were gone. Then there were other diet pills and they didn't work as good as the first diet pills because they weren't they weren't drugs, you know. And that wasn't how people got rich. They got rich selling mechanisms. All right, I've made all of your heads hurt enough for the night. I shall now step down off of my soapbox and I will go to write a couple letters before I turn in. And that's my soliloquy for the evening. Olympic scorecards on a scale from 0 to 10. Ray is the Russian judge. Ginny, what would you give me? Olympic
10.
scorecard? 10? I'm not Nadia Comaneci. Come on. Ray is the Russian judge, so give me the rough score.
Of your performance tonight, I can't dance, so I'll give it about a 36.
You can't dance to it, so you do it. Right, and by the way, I am talking Innsbruck, Austria, for those of you that are old enough to know. Innsbruck, Austria. So when I talk about the Russian judge, because that's what it was back then, with Jim McKay,
Yep.
the agony of defeat. Here you go. How can I be this genuine and not be a thief? I don't know. Because sometimes I look at people and I go, I'm a very spiritual marketer, Roy. I'm very golden rule. I'm very, I don't know. I believe that there's so much abundance. There's so much money to be made. I don't have to hurt someone to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make any sense? I'm not calling anybody out because everybody can self-identify. They know what they're doing. And you know, and I've been talking about this since 2005. I can show you tapes of me going on and on about it. There's always some new sparkly-eyed Mark walking into the game. And everybody can count on that. And you just have to decide, am I coming and going or am I staying? Or am I going to be that guy that starts, stops, and keeps paying? You know, my teacher used to call it the dummy tax, right? You just keep paying it every time you come back to start over instead of just settling down and learning the skill. Can you imagine if I went to medical school, I quit, and I paid another semester's tuition, and then I went to medical school and I quit? You know, that's the college kid that's on the 17-year plan. They keep quitting in the middle of the semester, but they just paid $15,000 for the semester. So then they end up eventually at community college. So now they're only paying $3,000 a semester, but they keep not completing. And then they decide they're going back to school. And they do it over and over and over again. And they just paid, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars for what could have cost a lot less. It's the game. It's the game. And I'm like Mama Bear. So just like my mother taught me, I'm going to teach you. And then you can decide if you heard me or not, because every teenage kid thinks their mother's stupid, don't they? Or their dad, they're wrong. Oh, it's not like that. That's not going to happen to me. Mm-hmm. My daughter's last story of the night. There's an amusement park by the house that I lived in for 30 years called Lake Compounce. And it's a small amusement park, but it's got, you know, good roller coasters and stuff over there. And when Jillian, my daughter, got old enough to go to Lake Compounce, we got season passes for them, and she was old enough that she was like in 8th grade or something. They were old enough that you could drop them off and pick them up. And they went as a group. And this is when cell phones, it was a big deal to get a cell phone. Cell phones new. And I gave her money for a locker. And Smarty Pants decided, I'm not going to use the money for a locker. I'm going to use the money for whatever else I wanted to do. So she took her phone and her money and she hid it underneath her towel and went swimming and frolicking with all her friends. And she came back and her phone and all her money was gone. And then one of her friends used the phone, or she called from the phone, you know, at the security office or whatever, crying hysterical because this was her prized phone that she had just gotten. And she was just so upset, and she was under the expectation that I was going to get her another one. Well, back then, you remember, it wasn't like you could just replace them, and they were very expensive. And even if you had the insurance, it's still like a $200 fee and all this other stuff. And I said, honey, you're going to have to work to get that. I can't give that to you. And she was devastated. You can either listen to mama or you can get your phone stolen. You can either listen to mama or you can lose all your money. Your choice. And I can't say that I've never made a bad choice because I have to. I went against my intuition more than once. But that's how I met Ray Williams, so I'm not too sorry about it.
Wait, but you better frame that one. It sounds like
No,
you
it's
want
good.
to get
I went against my intuition and did some work that didn't work out, and I kind of knew in my heart, but I wanted it to be legit, and I wanted it to be good, and I wanted the guy who had a history, but he seemed like he had, he was born again, and he and he told me he was a different man, and he told me all this other stuff, and I met his family, and I was like, okay, this guy seems really good, but something was tugging at me, and turned out it was really problematic. But during that time that I spent in Arizona was when I met Ray. So,
there you go.
So, hi Anna. All right, I'm done.
You done?
Anything good out of this? Anything makes sense? Anybody want to work with us? Hit me up. If you're in the BeClub, let us know. We'll figure out who referred you to the BeClub. Make sure you get connected with the right person. And that's it. Miss you too, Anna. Miss you too. Did you see what happened to MLSP now, Anna? It's very cool. Very cool. It's now called Digital Mentors. I don't know if you saw. It's very cool. Peace out, Brussels sprout. He entertains me. He goes up to the line. He does entertain me. Does entertain me. At least for now. We'll see how long we let him hang around. Roy, join all 5 programs, and then you can hang out with us more. Join all 5 programs. You got to be on an auto ship and whatever. Join all 5 programs. Be a heck of a lot less than what you were talking to me about, and you'd get a hell of a lot more help and attention. And yeah, but I only tolerate comedy to an extent, and then I'm like, enough. So I'm the only funny one in this camp, right, Jenny?
Right.
No, I'm not. Right. I'm live. If you guys want to hang out, you can. If you got to go, go. Everybody else, have a beautiful night. If you want to participate in my grand experiment, if you did not see my email, read it. If you're not on my list, get on it. If you need help with that, let me know. If you're not on Ginny and Ray's list, get on them. Alice is tanning her toes in Mexico. She'll be back soon, but she is having romantic dinners and tanning her toes while her parrot is in a cage somewhere. I don't know. She's kidding. All right. I'll see you guys later. Everybody have a beautiful night. And remember, tomorrow night, $1,250 commissions on the line. Pay attention. Do some promoting. Don't be afraid. What if you help someone? What if you change your life? Look, she already has her hand at a heart. I'm going to slap her hands. She's like,
no, it's not heart.
I'm kidding.
It's a prayer. No.
It's an inside joke. It's an inside joke.
No,
actually,
no, I'm not gonna do it. Alice,
have any of you guys?
anyway.
I'll can leave. I'm done with all of you people, but I want to tell Jimmy something. Have you ever heard of? You ever see you ever have somebody like a bunch of people just start mentioning a book all of a sudden or something, and it's just like you've never heard of this book before, and then all of a sudden 3 or 4 people mention it. Yeah. It just comes into your consciousness. So there's this guy, and he makes all these videos. He doesn't make them; other people post them. And he's a channel of I don't know whether he's an alien or he's from the past or he's from I think he's from the future. And so this regular guy goes into the state, kind of like Esther Hicks. I don't know if you know Esther Hicks, and he channels all this stuff from the future. So he tells us stuff about ourselves. Never heard of him. And I watch a lot of stuff, never heard of him. And all of a sudden, everywhere I go, somebody's talking about this dude. So I start watching some videos of this dude. And when he's channeling, he puts his hands like this. And he talks in a different voice than when he's a regular guy, he talks like this, just regular. And then when he is the person from the future and he's channeling through this being here on earth, he holds his hands like this and he talks in a different voice. So when you're being oh girl, it's like, and when you're a hardcore businesswoman, biatch, and you're doing stuff. Anyway, so he's like,
I used that word in my post today.
what? Yuck.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
You did not.
I did.
You did not. Where can we go and tell everybody that we're sisters? I want to go somewhere and tell everybody that we're sisters.
We are.
By the way, Hunter is very much leaning towards blonder for me, Ray. Hunter and my beauty consultants are leaning towards blonder.
A lot of work keeping up, honey.
Well,
no, not blonde, like not fully blonde, just blonder.
I just get highlights. They just blend in. So
yeah. Isn't it, Herb? I thought it was really unusual, but everybody starts talking about something. I got to go check it out. I'm a social explorer. I'm a sociologist. If I hear about something, I got to check it out. I don't know. Anyway, all right. I'll see you guys later.
okay.
Bye.
Bye.